Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to review the Annals of Imperial Rome by Tacitus. Tacitus has written other books that I've reviewed, Germanica, Agricola. He was a Roman biographer, for lack of a better term. He was a historian, but it was recent history, and most of them were based on biographies. This is one of his longest works. Basically, he ran down the entire history of the Roman Empire up to that point. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of genealogies and just political intrigue, rumors about people. He said, she said, so and so's son was this, that, the other, and they passed this law and that. The point of this book is numberfold. Back in the day, it was an important history and reference for the times that they lived in. Fair enough. But why would you today want to read this? Especially since it has a lot of meaningless details that you don't really need to know. You don't need to know who, you don't need to know who these people are or what they did or, giving up Achaya. What? That's not the point of this book for the modern reader. The modern reader has two uses for this book. One, if you are a historian or you want to get to know the history of the Roman Empire more, it's the book on the Roman Empire. So if you have your master's degree in Western history or something like that, that's one use. But for the normal person, I believe there is a use for it. And I'm going to sum it up in one sentence. Flip a page, right? Here's one that I found just randomly glancing around in 2 seconds. And this is out of context, but these and the like sentiments suited the people, who craved amusement and feared, always their chief anxiety, scarcity of corn, should he be absent. And what does that mean? Right? Well, it shows you the way people fought. And the way people fought back in the day was similar and yet different than the way people think today. People back 2,000 years ago, they had the same, they got envious, they got jealous, they got greedy, they fell in love, they were smart, they were stupid, they were compassionate, they were loving, they were evil, they did everything that today's people do. But they thought about things differently. One thing, Rome being the epicenter of civilization for that time period, people were still concerned about corn. Right? Why did these people want to follow this guy? Because they were afraid of scarcity of corn. Right? They wanted corn. Now, you today, if you're watching this, it's very likely that you could get as much corn as you'd like. Certainly enough to sustain you. Unless you're homeless, and even then we have things for that. Scarcity of corn is not the complaint of people in America today. In poorer parts of the world, yeah, scarcity of corn. Now, that is partly because the United States have some of the most fertile soil in the world, that we can pretty much plant anything and it will grow in abundance, and especially corn, right? But how is that related to us? Well, we might not have corn need today, but for instance, that little tiny sentence can be used to help you to understand that there is something that people like electricity, right? Or whatever people are afraid of the scarcity of, right? Like our metals that we use for our technology and stuff that has to be slave labored across the world in order to be obtained and microchips and stuff. These are things that we have scarcity of and concern for scarcity of. And you can see what people have done because of that scarcity, because of their anxiety of the scarcity of corn. What did they do? Did they come up with a good solution maybe we can mimic? Did they come up with a bad solution that maybe we should avoid? Did they do something? Can we predict what people will do under a certain set of circumstances by seeing what they have done? Because humans haven't changed. Our technology has changed, but humans have not changed at all. Except in some parts, humans are taller. That's about it. You're not smarter than them. If you read any sort of things about the Roman Empire, you realize you're not smarter than them. You're standing on the backs of giants, you're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? You're seeing stuff that you wouldn't be able to see, not because of your own merit and wisdom. You're not that smart. It's because other smart people have, over thousands of years, built up a mound of knowledge that you sit on top of, and then you stand out and say, "Oh, I know everything." Right? No, you have inherited this knowledge. There are problems that have been solved by better people than you that are gone now. One more recent one is we got rid of smallpox. Right? That was a big deal. Right? A big deal. Everybody around the world was dying. That's why most of the Native Americans died. Smallpox. And it wasn't, blankets. It just spreads. As soon as, white people land, especially in North America, it just spread. Entire villages wiped out before they even saw a white person, right? Smallpox, gone now. We developed cures for it. We developed not cures for it. We developed the vaccine for it, and we spread it around the entire world, giving it to people in villages everywhere. And now it's gone, except for little pockets coming back where people aren't getting vaccinated and stuff. All that to say that studying things such as first-hand accounts, or actually second-hand accounts and third-hand accounts, but still of-the-time accounts of ancient societies gives you a view into your modern society. One, as food for thought. Two, what is possible for us to do, possibly mimic, possibly avoid, what works, what doesn't work. And that can help you to vote better, to achieve better things. Or maybe there's something that you see in there that you want to replicate that you don't really see anybody else doing. There's billion-dollar ideas in here. Well, the seeds of billion-dollar ideas in here. Maybe you want to be, I forget his name, like the guy who he burnt down all these places and then he bought them all the land for really cheap because it got burnt down, and then he rented it out to the same people who had it before, but then he owned it. Don't do that, first off, but that was a very savvy big business idea. So, and you're a fool to think that there aren't companies doing that exact same thing right now. Some very smart and evil person has read these books. Make no mistake. So, knowledge is power. It's dense. It is a lot of fluff. It's well enough written. I don't think you have to read it cover to cover to get the ideas or to benefit from it. Some books, it's okay to skip around. Treat them like a dictionary or an encyclopedia or something. Some books are designed to be read linearly, like, Harry Potter or something. This book, flip around through it. You can get it online. You don't have to buy a physical copy like I did. I'm sure there's plenty of audiobooks, free audio recordings. This is well out of copyright. Like most of the books that I review, it is an ancient literature And if you are a historian, then yeah, pick it up. If you're a smart person who's capable of doing something with your life outside of flipping patties or making TikToks or something, there might be something of use in there for you to grab onto. At any rate, how should I review it? It depends. It's made for certain people that can still find value in it today. But your average TikTok brained, you know, modern person is about as intelligent as the modern Roman, which is to say, not that much.